we alone? Are we alone?
Hi, Francis.
How do you know my name?
Know your name. I know everything about you. I know that you and Lisa both like Jonathan, but Jonathan likes Christine. I know that your mom made you learn piano when you wanted to learn hip-hop. I know that you fell off the balance beam yesterday. I know everything about you. Want to test me?
What's my favorite food?
Anything Chinese.
Are you Wonder Woman or
Are
something?
you Wonder Woman? If you are, then yeah. If not, then no.
What do you mean?
You don't get it? I am you. And I came here to tell you something. I came back from the future to get you.
So you're me.
You have no idea what I'm talking about, but it's time for you to wake up. You're supposed to wake up one day and know everything, but I have to come back here because you're lost. All the messages we sent to you in your dreams were ignored. It's called selective blocking. It's like when someone refuses to wake up from a coma. But you have a job to do, and we can't just leave you like this.
Is it better to wake up or sleep?
You can't just choose what's good for you. You have to do what's good for Earth.
Okay, just do what you have to do and get over with it.
Do you know where you're from?
Mom was born from Michigan, Dad's from Los Angeles, and I'm from here.
Your body may be from here, but your soul is from very far away.
You mean like China? Maybe that's why I like Chinese food. Or am I an alien? Which planet was I from?
It's quite different from Earth. It's like a water planet.
Water world. No wonder I swim like a fish.
And we appreciate what we have rather than wanting what we don't. It's been 2 million years since our last war, but we did telepathically warn off a primitive invader about 5 million years ago. We're a peaceful kind, never meant to harm, but we do have to defend ourselves. The invader, like Earth, thinks intelligent life can only exist in Earth-like planets, and sent a rocket to our planet to explore our space. Believe it or not, the virus and bacteria almost killed us all. We were sent to learn about primitive lives so we can better protect ourselves next time. Earth will be gone if we feel our lives are threatened.
That doesn't sound like the friendly aliens you just explained. How long have we been watching Earth?
We came here with a mission a long, long time ago. In a way, Earth became our home. Earth is a really special place. Actually, humans' existence on Earth defied all odds. Planets like Earth were thought to have only primitive life. The sun's radiation should have killed every breathing being, and that's why you have such a short lifespan. The periodic asteroid hits, volcano eruptions, earthquakes, and tsunamis should have wiped out everyone many times. But just like we said, low lives are hard to kill.
If Earth is filled with low lives, what does that make us? Low lives with noble souls?
Don't be silly. We were chosen to help both the Earth and our home. We need to know what sustains the human race. Our home can't be there forever, and Earth is one of the few choices we have. We not only need to know everything about Earth, we need to make sure people don't destroy it.
What do you mean?
We have 2 monitoring teams, the Earth team and the intergalactic team. The intergalactic team visits Earth and a few other planets regularly. Occasionally, our team would land on a future time spot when we travel faster than the speed of light. We were sent here to investigate why the future of Earth changed.
So you mean the future is set, but it can be changed?
The future is not set, but since we can go to the future, we know what will happen in the future. However, since humans can't travel through time, if Earth's future changed, it must have been manipulated by some advanced civilization. But that's against the universal rules, and we can't let that happen.
You mean somebody changed our future?
We believe there was some interference from another superior beings, but we're not sure why. Of course, we're not the only ones interested in Earth. Although our interest is pure scientific. I can't say that about the other groups.
You mean someone changed our future? So when did the change happen?
We can't be sure, but we'll find that out.
So what can I do?
Remember what I told you about the 2 watch teams? You're in the other team, and your mission is about to start.
You mean the Earth may die under our watch, but I may be able to save it?
Exactly.
Okay. Save the Earth. You know I am only 10, right?
Age is just a number.
But don't I have to learn to have to work with numbers first before I can save the world? Like, shouldn't I be learning algebra and calculus?
Now you're awake, and you have that all in your brain already.
Really? What happens if I fail?
Now you're awake, and you have it all in your brain already.
Really? What happens if I fail?
Earth is at a turning point. Humans were supposed to survive the last doomsday, but that was not the case on the altered reality.
You mean we don't survive the doomsday? Does that mean I failed my mission? What would happen to my soul? Do we get to go home?
No. Your soul, which is also my soul, would die with Earth. That's why I have to come back and get you.
Wow. I wonder if I read that in the job description when I signed up for this.
Life is never perfect, right? But I know you can do it. We will have to take back Earth to the right path. We can't let the evil aliens destroy Earth. You see, evil forces tried to lead Earth to self-destruction so they can take over Earth. You see, universal rule does not allow taking of the Earth unless there is no more life on Earth.
So what should I do?
I don't know, but I know you'll do the right thing. I'm just here to wake you up. The rest is already programmed in you. But you should also raise awareness on the danger of space. The friendly message you sent can be interpreted as a threat with humans' violent nature, even when you plan nothing hostile. The danger of self-destruction increases with technology. If humans can't live peacefully with one another, the end of civilization is near, and there won't be a winner.
Earth is such a beautiful place. I don't want to lose it.
Of course, and we don't want to lose you, or me. Please be careful. Now that you are awake, I'm sure you'll be just fine. But if others know your soul's origin, they may want to influence you. You shouldn't trust anyone, not even me. But the mission embedded in your memory will guide you like a compass.
At least I don't have to worry about math ever again.
We alone? Are we alone?
Who are you?
I'm Francis.
I know it may be pointless for me to record this. I know, other than me, no one else knows the truth. But just in case I'm wrong, just in case there's someone out there and I can share this one last time with, just in case there's someone out there who may understand what I'm saying. You know that everything you think you know is nothing but a mirage? Think about the movie The Matrix. It's like you're a part of a computer program. But unlike The Matrix, what you see and what you feel is not a computer simulation. It's real and you are real. But your life is driven by codes. Codes that you don't see. Codes that were in you before you were even born. So, what do I know and why do I know? I don't know. But I think it's a glitch. A glitch of my codes made me different. Are there other glitches? Maybe. People that seem to be out of this world may be glitches to me. They seem to live lives that don't belong, have abilities and knowledge beyond explanation. But when there are glitches, there are fixes. This is why I try to behave like everyone else. If I am exposed, I might be disposed. So, why all this trouble? What is the code? Why are we here? Honestly, we are the fake front needed for the Earth. Our existence is needed to hide the real ones controlling the Earth from underneath. We are the facade, or you can call us the smart display. It's funny that we considered ourselves intelligent lives, because having smartphones, driving smart cars, living in smart homes doesn't make us smart. I know that is hard to comprehend. How should I put this? Have you heard about Hollow Earth? The Earth is not really hollow, but you have no idea what lies underground. Let's call them the core. They are the ones that control the codes. I'm not 100% sure who they are hiding from, but they have been here longer than you can imagine. They didn't create humans. We are 90% from evolution and 5% from the result of their interference. While I call the other 5% beautiful mistakes. As scientists already realize the humans are the odd ones out if we are the product of evolution, we have no fur like other land-based mammals. Long ago, we were forced to leave our underwater paradise for the dirt and rocky land because our presence on land was needed. Since then, we have occupied ever continents, only to be wiped out again and again. The pyramids and artifacts date hundreds and thousands of years old, and they can't be explained because they are the glitches left in civilization destroyed when the codes reset. You see, when humans became too smart and posed a risk, it's time to press that reset button. But it is a lot of trouble to re-engineer humans from scratch. So some chosen human beings would repopulate the Earth. Our smart scientists recently figured out through the tracking of male DNA mutations that man and woman lived around 135,000 years ago. They probably never met, but the genes encoded in them carry the gene to survive. So we survived asteroid hits, supervolcano eruptions, killer bacteria, famine, war, ice ages, most likely the next doomsday. However, living in post-doomsday Earth is not something to look forward to, but it is coming near us in the not-so-distant future. That life is kind of like the Earth before all the nice improvements. Primitive Earth was a hostile place, but life could still flourish. Just not the life we are used to. However, after the installation of the moon, the creation of the Van Allen belt, massive algae farming, Earth turned out to be beautiful. Probably even more beautiful than the creators have planned for. However, then the visitors came. Earth without intelligent lives is an open court. The universal rule only prohibits settlements on occupied land. That is the main reason why the core created the master plan community called the world. After the gene modification, humans' ability exceeded all expectation, so a cap was put on. The cap that limited us to use only 2% of our brains. The cap is part of the codes that drive your life. Like I said before, we are part of an experiment. The codes do not decide what you pick for dinner. But almost all your choices in lives follow the code's patterns. You fall in love because that was part of your code. You do have choices, but whatever you detour you take may still take you back to your own path. Some codes are meant to take one to greatness. Some are doomed from the start. There are people defying the odds, which is why they consider this an experiment. You may wonder what was wrong with being part of the experiment. Our genes got a free upgrade. The 2% cap did not stop technology advances. Everyone now has a cell phone and most likely an unlimited data plan. Even the code that embedded in us seemed to be harmless. We were smart enough to enjoy lives. That's all we want, right? You may not know, but a periodic purge is part of the master program, and it's almost time for reset. It's unavoidable as it's the other cap. The cap to prevent humans from advancing to unlock the mystery of our Earth and the ability for space exploration. The reset mechanism worked through either Earth changes like pole shift or self-destruction wars, or a killer virus was designed to wipe out most of us except the few already pre-programmed to survive. likes me? Screw you.
你好。
Excuse me?
不理人是不礼貌的。
Branches?
你好吗？
Are you here to kill me?
No, I'm here to save you.
Save me? I mean, I know most of us are in trouble, but what can a little girl like you do?
Look at it this way. If I can speak Chinese just as well as you, what can't I do? I mean, Chinese is the hardest language to learn, and I'm doing it. And once I master it, I can communicate with 1 billion people telepathically.
You're telling me that's how you got me here and how you made me hungry?
Precisely. What a smart boy.
Don't call me boy, I hate that.
You haven't changed a bit.
Yeah, but you have. Last time I saw you, your head was this big, you had no hair, and your eyes were like this big. An innocent laugh. I mean, how come I get that your intentions to me aren't that honorable?
Not honorable. I need your help saving the Earth. That's pretty honorable. If you don't help me, that might not be honorable. Anyway, do you have any questions? I'm all yours. Ask.
All mine? Like, are you real? Are you 16?
16 years old. More like 16,000 years old. Excuse me. I'll be right back.
Sure. Who are you?
I'm Francis. I decided to come in a different package since you seem to get the wrong idea about me. But trust me, I'm fully functional even in this tiny package. Shall we start our mission to save the Earth? I'll show you how. We do it telepathically.
Do I have a choice?
Mm-mm. You know that the power in us is really in our mind, but we need to focus only on certain projects because we can't have our mind all over the place. Because you're new to this, so I'll give you a list to start.
But how do we know if it really works?
Good question. What do you suggest?
Can we travel to the future to see if everything goes as planned?
That's a good idea, but I have to give you bad news. I can travel back and forth in time, but you can't. Once you turn 16, you're stuck. No adults allowed because they don't want people to go back and change things. Children got a special path for only special cases. That's why I had to go back in time to wake myself up.
So, the you I just saw is under 16? I knew it.
Of course, that's only the physical body. We are all old souls. Now, let's work on the list. First one is global warming. I want you to focus to influence the leaders so they can know how important it is. The idea will turn actions years later.
Did you do that to Al Gore?
No, actually, someone else did. They did a great job planting that into his mind, but they implanted it into the wrong person. So they were sure Gore would win. If they had put that idea into Bush, we may have had a different world today.
Can't we just plant ideas to everyone so the right person can win the election?
No, that is to change the future. We can send ideas like running a TV commercial, but it is still up to them to do it. Changing the result of an election is changing the future, like what Russia did. I don't know what's really behind it, but we have to find out.
If you jump over 20 years, I'm sure you'll know. But can you please share that with me?
Of course, that is why I have to go back and check with you. By the way, the 15-year-old me will be going back because she doesn't have much time to travel, so she wants to do it.
Jeez, human women really get old fast. No wonder the divorce rates are so high.
Are you talking bad about me?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were expecting me.
You should know better. I lived through all these. How can I not know? By the way, I can't believe I used to look that good.
I think you still look good. I mean, for someone your age.
Luckily, looks don't matter because I can have any look I want, anytime. But let's talk business.
Yes.
Global warming did not get worse. I think Sean did a great job, but the economy collapsed. The United States signed a 99-year lease on Guam to the Japanese and gave the Chinese 50 years to use the Aleutian Islands to offset the 1 trillion US debts that we can't pay off. With those two good deals, the living standard in the United States was not destroyed like the rest of the world. Actually, Greece has been trying to sell off half of their islands and they have no buyers.
When we go back, can we still do something?
It won't work. This chain of events will happen in just 5 years, and you can't plant an idea to solve the debt problems. Don't you see? The problem happened long ago and we can't make money appear just by thinking about it. It's a bubble. Once it bursts, people get hurt. You should see what Japan and China look like right now. It's a good deal for the US, but a bad deal for China and Japan. Thank goodness we have a great deal maker in the White House.
What about the war in Iraq, and Syria, and North Korea?
There was no war with North Korea. Good job on sending out the warning in time, but we are still on edge. But it's much better now, as long as no one is sending more ideas to Mr. Kim.
How about Syria? We tried to tell Assad to just step down, but...
Things are better now. Some refugees grow up outside Syria, and they're back rebuilding, and it will start in 10 years. People with open minds and good educations are forced back after the peace treaty was declared in Syria. There are problems, but the police deported all the troublemakers to an island, and they have no way of keeping things in balance. Basically, the rest of the world stopped paying attention to the Middle East when they can't even take care of business themselves.
Did we find out which force is trying to destroy Earth and change its future?
I can't tell you because if I tell you that you succeed, you may not try to work hard to find the truth, and then you may change the reality. Maybe if I tell you that you failed, you may give up easy and destroy the chance we may have. So, sorry on that.
That's terrible. What do I tell Sean? By the way, can I ask a personal question?
Of course. But is it of you or a personal question of me?
Me, but you're the only one who can answer it.
What is it?
Will I ever have a boyfriend or a husband? When will I find my true love?
Let me ask you this. What's your favorite animal?
I like dogs.
What's your second favorite animal?
Birds.
Do dogs love birds? Even if you can find a dog-loving bird, can they ever truly live happily ever after?
You mean I won't find my true love ever?
I'm not saying that, but I don't want you to get hurt. Do you know how hard it is to find someone to love and to then get hurt? How many guys can love a girl that's 1,000 times smarter than them?
Did you try? Did you ever fall in love?
I did. And I fell hard. We can be the prettiest but loneliest girl. Because of all of our different vibrations, it's hard for us to find love or even friendship. But maybe it's a good thing, since we have so much responsibility on our shoulders.
But I want to be loved. I want to find someone who loves me.
I know. I struggle with that for a long time. But I don't find any man attractive enough anyway.
So you mean you're more interested in women?
No, I'm just too busy to worry about that. I have so much to do, so I'm okay being alone.
Can we find love with people like us? I mean, like alienated like us?
A few very lucky ones do get paired mission, but you know how hard it is to find a soulmate? Even if you are lucky enough to meet him, you'll both be too busy to love each other.
What happens if I do find someone?
I know. You like Sean since you were 10 years old, and he liked you. But he liked the 17-year-old you, not the 10-year-old you. And he didn't know you liked him too. 10 years is no big deal, but he has to wait 6 long years for you to even be good enough to date. Plus, you both have so much work.
But he needs a friend too. I mean, maybe we can really save the world together.
I know. And together you make a great team.
So you mean we will be together?
Remember how I told you about alternative reality? Like Doomsday Earth? If your team saved Earth, everyone can be happy and loved. If not, no one can escape the Doomsday.
So you don't really know.
I know Save the Earth is my mission, but I'm never 100% sure I will succeed. But you guys are doing a great job so far. I know you will succeed. It's good to see you. Travel back safely, okay?